Well, good morning. It has a chilly feel in the air outside in Omaha, so it's best for curling fans to head down to the Ralston Arena as we have session 4 this morning, and we will be featuring on sheet A, USA against China in the mixed doubles format. And let's meet the teams for the USA. Tabitha Peterson and Joe Polo. And they will be taking on China, Wang Ryu and Ba Duxin. And let's look at the standings coming into the second day of competition. Just one game each. Full 3 points for Korea. They're on top of Group A, while Switzerland, a shootout win, gets them 2 points. Canada with 1 point. Sweden 0-1-0. Over in Group B, Russia and the US with wins, while China and Norway losses, so no points there. Here's how teams get points throughout this Curling World Cup. You win the event, you get 10 points. You lose the event, it's 5. Win a round-robin game within the 8 ends, full 3 points. If you win it in a shootout after being tied after 8 ends, 2 points. Losing a round-robin game in the shootout is 1 point. And losing within 8 ends, 0 points. Pleased to be joined by Olympic gold medalist Rona Howie. Good morning, everyone. And it is mixed doubles action again, fast, furious, as we see all the games going on. USA, China, our feature game on sheet A. Well, right next to them on sheet B, it is Norway taking on Russia, also in Group B. While on Group A, Canada against Sweden. And then on sheet D, Switzerland and Korea. And then there's also a women's team play out there. That's over on sheet D, Canada and Korea. Lots of action. We'll keep you up to date as best we can throughout all 5 sheets inside the Ralston Arena. So, Ronan, we saw this USA team, the way that they do it, you can alternate who throws which stones as we look at the rules of play. 8 ends of play is scheduled. If it's tied after that, it's a single stone shootout to break a tie. Modified free guard zone rule, you can't hit anything until the 4th stone of the game and remove it. You get 1 power play, where you can move the stones off to the side. No timeouts, but there will be chatter with the coaches behind the scoreboard, as you see there. USA will start with the hammer in this double round robin format. And it's Wang Rui.
Yeah, both these teams are very experienced in the mixed doubles format.
And Rona, here's a little difference. Team USA has Joe Polo throwing first and last, where you see a number of the teams, they have that male team member throwing the middle 3 stones.
Yeah, so whatever each team feels works best for them, they can choose. They can also swap after each end.
Hey, Joe. Done.
Ba Duxin, 28-year-old. This team represented China at the Olympic Winter Games. Finished 4th in that event.
Nice stone there from Ba Duxin.
开始下来了哈。
啊，我觉得在吊带面上，只要扎在里边一点，正扎。Back line.
What?
Hack, something like that.
little straighter here.
Okay.
I thought in practice, but not.
What do you think?
It
Little,
still moves.
little outside edge of forefoot?
Okay.
Or-
Yeah.
Is that good, you think?
Yeah.
Backline to board? Or board to hack?
Okay.
Great communication there between the two players.
So Tabitha Peterson, the way mixed doubles works, will throw stones 2, 3, and 4. Joe Polo for Team USA will throw 1 and 5. Won't get past the front.
It's not a bad result when they have last stone to open up the centre.
So with it, close look to see who's shot. Is this just the guard?
Yeah, I think we'll see. China quite happy just to put another one close to the rings.
OK，不擦，等一等，点也稍微大一点啊，力量来啊。点稍微大，力量几区？
This looks as though it's
好，
going to come in.
不擦不擦，下手了，能站上没事儿。不擦不擦不擦。
They're not bad there. Certainly causes a problem for
I think the
USA.
same shot's good.
You see all those Yellowstones in the top part of the house. Be promoted, moved around. These red American stones actually acting as a bit of a back guard for protecting those Yellowstones.
Yep. Yep.
Yep, the angle's not great for USA, so they're just wanting to move these around a bit. Give them something to play with.
It's pretty good.
拿这个传一个啊，打定，
打定，
可以。
I like that.
打定。
I like that.
Good sweep.
It's very close to who's shot. Looks like it might just be that yellow one, just out counting.
Yeah, right now I think I like that. Next.
因为他那个球，
I don't know what they're planning to do.
Yeah, by Tabitha leaving that red, it gives them something to use.
9秒。
或者偏你那边一点也行。
对。 Whoa! 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 Hard! Hard!
We'll end up moving those back ones, spill out. Those yellows, one sitting right on the button.
You like that versus? Oh no,
I
never
think
mind.
so.
That jams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Throw the same weight. Make that one.
Did you find it interesting the way China played the hit and set up good angles for them? They could have waited a little bit.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, well, we think they were line shot anyway, and I think they did too. But, they played the harder shot instead of leaving it for USA to play. Because USA have got last stone here. If they can come round and tap that yellow back that's on the button, they're setting up a good chance for a multiple first end.
A little more weight.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Hard, Joe.
Trying to pass the top one and just tap this one back.
Whoa,
Look at this one curl as it will crash on the front.
打定这个3个键。
That's so seemed to catch them in that spot. Didn't think it was going to curl to that spot.
Dang.
Yeah, just once it went, there was no hope. It was crashing.
没事，这球你打掉他打俩，他也
Yeah,
太
we've
包了，打
certainly
俩他也有
seen
效
the
果
big。swings so far this week that you really have to anticipate the curl and take more ice and believe it is going to draw. China could put up a guard.
这球全漏。
They could hit the red and lie 3.
那个球全漏，
It's what kind of shot they want to leave USA here in the first end.
应该是能掉下。
能。力量还行啊，还行，力量。
They're playing the takeout on the red. They want to lie 3.
Oh, very nice. Good control using the sweeper, the Ba Dushin.
Sweep.
I'll hop up and sweep.
I think this way is a tad straighter, so I'd rather
Okay.
go that way.
She's happy with that one.
I was going to say control.
Okay, I like that.
I think a little more to
Certainly a force of 1 now for USA, facing 3 Chinese counters.
So we'll need to hit and stick in that 4-foot, the teal colored ring.
Teal. I would say blue.
Go.
Teal must be the posh word
Clean.
for blue.
Yep. You gotta go, Joe. Hard.
One
Yep,
needs
yep,
to hit
yep,
and
yep,
stick.
yep.
They hit
stink.
and will roll too far.
It was kind of less weight than I.
So it is a steal of 1. It is China who steals 1 early in this one.
Yep.
I'm going to say unable to make their shot. So we're through 1 and China leads 1-0. Back inside the Ralston Arena, Luke Coley, Rona Howie with you. Curling World Cup Leg 2. You say the simple shot, the hit and stick, but there's always that extra pressure to finish off an end and score that point. Joe Polo rolls a little too far. Means China an early 1-0 lead.
What we've seen here for the first 2 ends, China are bringing their shooter in top 4. They're not coming right back, so they're controlling the top of that 4-foot, which gives them more to work with.
Oh, really curling. Gonna go off the side of theirs. Yep.
What about?
Oh.
Okay, that's good.
That's not the end of the world.
Go, Mom.
Go.
That's a pretty good result there from Joe Polo. Just taps the yellow out into the open.
磕一半，一大半直接磕后曲，
你要是顺时呢？
顺时头过完还是
顺时下去的磕过来，然后没下去磕外边进来。
Well, it's all about stone placement, battling back and forth. One of the reasons they call it chess on ice.
Yeah, the strategy is so important.
下6起。
这边稍微有点降速，小吗？练了呀。
哇！
And it's being able to adapt your strategy depending on the shots played. The strategy always works when you play the shots.
再来。
Well, look over Canada and Sweden over on sheet C. Can you see in that mess what Kaylin Park is forced with for her final shot?
Yeah, it looks like Sweden's line 1 right on the button.
Would you rather hit?
I'm there, just to it.
This one's
Yeah,
looking pretty
big.
wide at the moment. It's got a lot of curling to do.
Get close. Whoa, get close. Get close. Whoa.
Here it comes.
Whoa.
Go got him. Sit.
Good shot. Nice shot. One yellow?
Yep.
It's actually short.
Yep.
One yellow.
Looked like they were trying to wait for it to come and maybe move it far enough, but couldn't do much. So it's a steal there in the first end as well. Sweden 1-0 over Canada.
Wow.
Of course, that is Group A play. 2 pools of 4. We play a double round robin. The top team in each pool goes to the final on Sunday.
Felt like plenty.
I thought you threw plenty.
可以。但是其实他那个红球，他现在他能用上，
那你就磕
还是
这边
这边吧，是吧？
露出来了。
我就跟13秒5左右的减负区里的，确定，要是梁娜克定更好。
行。
See Daniel Raphael, coach for the Chinese side.
89啊。
OK， 等一等线路，等一等线路啊。
90。
hard， 擦一擦线路，左边擦一擦线路，擦住，别停 hard， 线路非常好 hard， 走。
So Bandishin just trying to tap the top red back.
擦红的，擦红的，擦到咱球后面。
Has it got enough?
OK。哎，这地有点大，我。
Moves it out the 4-foot.
Now, were they trying to keep the shooter closer to that spot as we see the American bench?
Just come right in there at the top of the.
Derek Brown, Phil Drobnik.
He's going here no matter what. I think he does.
And freeze it and make sure it stays. Yeah. Good spot. That was 12-6, so.
这球磕薄点，磕后区的，他投。
Well, it's a busy haul for some of these coaches and team leaders. We're out there for men's, women's, mixed doubles.
You think I can give you similar?
Yeah, and now this year there's many more mixed doubles competitions after its debut at the Olympic Games. So countries are now staffing their mixed doubles differently so that the coaches get a bit of a break.
What's there?
Whoa. Wait only. Line's good. Whoa. Room. Here it comes.
Sit. Oh, tire. Look at that.
Well, just a little more weight. It did have that nice look of curl
Shoot.
coming in with the right weight, but just a bit deep.
Yeah, ideally Tabitha would have liked to have just been top of the 1 foot there.
Did I move it?
Yeah, it's them now.
So they're saying there that they're only line 1.
这一点。
And because it is back tee, it allows China now to come in and freeze dead on top. Make it very difficult for USA to remove it.
7、
差不多了啊，等一等，别着急啊。线路没问题，可以等一等啊。
8，
OK， 线路很好。大吗？
量大。
放一放，不行，不
This
行，不行。
one's got a long way to curl.
No， 点有点大，点大，等一等，不行，留上面，留上面。
Just a wee bit heavy as well and didn't take the curl.
What a difference if that shot's made in front now.
Now big advantage to USA.
它不掉啊。
啊，这里。
We saw it yesterday in the mixed doubles, the first games for all these teams. The swings, how quickly it can change back and forth.
You got a little less.
Yep. Line's good. Line's good. Wait only, Joe. Line, you got room. You got room. Here it comes. Yep, go, 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 go.
Trying to get
sorry,
it right
Tab.
in. Just top 4 foot as we'll look over.
That's a good
Not
spot.
just mixed doubles this morning. We got a women's game going on as well. Canada taking on Korea.
Yeah,
Tracy Fleury with her final shot in the first end.
Facing 3 counters.
4?
Oh, it's a 4.
And via the steal. So Kim Min-ji, who lost their first game, gets a steal of 4 in the first end against Canada.
So they're playing.
They're playing a
kinda
roll.
in.
Yeah, basically a straight roll. But lots of good things can happen for him here.
力量可以。
下线
So China's trying to come in off to get into that pile.
定了。
Didn't achieve anything there.
What does is there a chance for multiple here?
There certainly is.
出来就是定。
Unless you want to play the wheel for 5.
What do they mean by the wheel, Rona?
So he's saying, could we come off the outside yellow there on the left-hand side onto the one on the 4 foot and go back up? So it's like a wheel arc shape.
These are probably a measure, Joe. I'd measure these two.
But I think at just the
Just a
second
tap.
end, they're only 1 down. I think play the safer shot here.
So the tap, secure yourself the 3, and if it is a chance
Yeah.
at 4.
Absolutely.
But doesn't take much, just a little miscue.
Okay, I'll throw it back 4 on my own.
Yeah.
He only has to move it 6 inches really to be
Weight's close.
flying 4.
Stay close, slide's good. Yep.
Great
Well, 3
opportunity
anyway.
for Team USA in this second end.
Weight's good.
Where are we?
It's back 4.
Well,
Back 8. Back 8.
I'm in.
Trying to get it to the nose, tap it back far enough.
Boy.
Lovely
It's
shot.
3 for sure. They said a measure, possibly for 4.
3 for sure.
Well
I
played
think
end by
it's
Team
yellow.
USA.
Yeah, really well played. China just didn't capitalise when they had
We
the
need a
chance to
measure.
come in and freeze on top and kill the end.
It's close.
And in mixed doubles, you only get that one
Well, it's
chance
actually
to make
closer
that
than
shot.
when I looked at it the first time.
Yeah.
Closer than I thought. It might be us.
Well, there's a look for you to decide. First glance does look yellow.
Yeah.
Do you like that?
But then I was like, these are a measure. Like, I think we can just tap and maybe get 4.
Yeah, I mean,
If I had to
if
throw
it's
it, it's
3 for
definitely
sure,
there.
right?
If I had to get it for 5, it was definitely
It was definitely there.
Oh,
Yeah.
So that side, it's
4.
For the second stone?
4.
What are we measuring for? 4?
And that was the official's voice just confirming what the measure was for before she goes out there.
There you go.
Yeah, that's not too relevant. At the end of the day, she's measuring these 2 stones only. It's who's lying short
we got
between
caught.
these 2.
Yeah.
Just over 2.
Who?
Oh,
3.
yellow.
Well, Ronos, the eyes are still working here early in the morning. It is yellow, so it is a score of 3 for Team USA. They have a 3-1 lead now after 2 ends of play.
That's all that matters, you know.
going?
I'll go throw the end.
Well, Joe Polo and Team USA
Should be all there.
Yep, easy.
have a 3-1 lead now in the third end. Second game of the Curling World Cup.
Just top 4 now on this line.
Of course, the second leg. All these teams trying to build, trying to qualify for that grand final.
Yeah, that's what hers kept doing too. Okay.
Yep, the member associations can choose what team they send to the 3 different legs. The third leg will be in Sweden, the end of January. You can choose to send the same team to all 3 legs, or it can be a different one to each leg.
线路有点大，线路有点大。
线大 OK。6区啊。
正常就行。
OK。
直立啊。
OK。
线路 OK。
The 8 teams are competing here are based on world ranking.
正常就行，大哥，不用下线。
OK， 喂，走。
下去了，就下线就，然后速度也减去了。
Again, China trying to keep their stones in the top part of that was obviously, I think, a little bit deeper where they wanted it. And in leg 1 in China, it was Team USA, a different mixed doubles team, that got to the final. So US sitting good in second overall place as far as their points.
Yep, you gotta go.
And picking up a win in their first game, a good start for USA Curling.
Yep, so the winner of the event, they do go themselves to represent the country in the grand final in Beijing.
Up over there.
No. 72.
Okay. Yeah, it's way slower over there.
So USA just coming up a bit short on the other side there.
Curl's nice, though.
Yeah.
So we can get one in there.
Hey, it's further than
A
my other
chance
one.
now for China to come around.
Even better.
Any curling event, there's always discussion about the ice and how it's doing, what it's playing. Does it benefit now that teams have a men's, a women's, and a mixed doubles team? Are they all discussing between the teams of what's going on the ice?
Yeah, you would like to think that they're sharing knowledge on the ice conditions and the stones, in case there's any stones running a bit different on each sheet. If somebody picks it up, they'll pass it on to their teammates. So let's open things up a wee bit there for China.
This 2 ends ago, right?
Well,
Remember you played
it
this
was
with
more
like
to the
hack?
center line, but yeah.
Okay, so I think it's the same shot. Just flop it to the center line.
In mixed doubles, you see
Yeah,
a
you
lot
can throw a
more
little more if you
tapping
want.
of stones
Yeah,
just to move things around, to change angles.
Like 10 and a half.
Okay. That's nice.
Whoa, 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 right off.
I'm trying to get that inside flop.
There's not a huge movement there with the up weights.
Could it be just overthrowing that a little bit? Worried that it might bringing your weight down, that it doesn't over curl on you?
Yeah, I think it's just believing, because they know it swings so much at dead draw weight, they don't want to lessen the ice they're taking in case it does draw and then they miss on the inside. So it is believing that it is going to run fairly straight. Of course, with mixed doubles, there's nobody in the head giving ice. The players have to have that skill set of being able to read the ice and play the ice to no brush.
Well, big weight, make the double, and goes right through the hole. Badushin
Just caught that slightly too thin.
did touch that red one. Did he change whose shot stone? Like it thin on that top one. And just pushes that one out, but I believe it's still a shot stone.
Where am I aiming over here?
I've been taking out in the middle, but I'm throwing that cutter, so I think you want to be just outside
Just
edge 8.
outside edge. Okay.
Yep.
And it's nice here.
Yeah, it's nice here. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a little heavy, actually, Tab.
Yep.
Still want to.
Yep. Yep. Lines, whoa.
Sit. There you go.
So USA do lie too.
Good judge.
Good shot.
So that one's up.
But is it too deep? Is it a little bit behind the tee line?
It does allow China to come in and freeze, but there's only room for China to freeze one on top. So at this stage, USA are 3-1 up. They're happy to lose a one. If they can force China to take their one here, they'll be happy. But China have to make this shot. Badishin will want to just freeze right on top.
下路很好，下路非常好，看着力量。
接。
我等一等，我感觉有点大，不行，点有点大。
See there, it's got a long way to draw.
等一等，
Just overthrown it.
力量大。
That's good, Tab.
Same thing.
Yeah. I think
Now,
same thing, because they got the
USA
tap,
have
right?
got a great opportunity to come in
They've got
and
the
really
tap for
pile
one.
pressure on here.
I think right on it.
Yep.
And we'll get into the final stone for each team. See the pressure they can put on if they're able to go top of the buttons. We'll look in Switzerland and Korea over on sheet D.
Also 2-0.
Looks like it is
Error on the short side here.
two in there right now.
Gut.
Zeg bij linie.
Großes Finish steht.
Jenny Perret, Martin Rios,
Ziellinie.
Ist lang.
Ziellinie.
former world mixed doubles champions, Olympic silver medalist.
Easy for now. Line set.
Ziellinie, super.
Working this one hard.
Whoa.
Go if you have to.
That's the top one.
Get by and in. Oh, there's that yellow in the top. This looks like for 3. Very nice shot from Jenny
Lovely
Perret.
shot.
So it'll be 3-2
Take it.
after 3 ends of that game over on sheet D.
直接奔这儿来。 OK。
On our feature game, Joe Polo comes and just on the side of the button.
Yep, so China don't feel they can come in that side and get shot. So looking, they looked at
Pretty much
raising
done
the
straight
yellow
stuff it though, so.
on the right hand side.
Yeah, but you can wick off that one. You can wick off that one.
So final shot here. Third end, Wang Rei
Oh, high! High!
trying to go yellow into the pocket,
High! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
right into them. 2 reds, and there it is. They'll confirm a single point. Had to face against 3, but comes up with the raised takeout to score the single point and down 3-2 after 3 ends. So the big 3 on the board for Team USA in the second. They'll get the hammer back, try to do more damage as they lead this one 3-2 after 3 ends. Luke Coley joined this morning with Rona Howie, bringing you live coverage of the Curling World Cup Leg 2 as we are in Omaha, Nebraska, USA. And Rona, you've noticed something from this first stone from Team China when they've thrown without the hammer. They don't want to be deep.
Yeah, they always want to come round the guard but finish top 4. But this one is going to come back this time. It's going to draw off the shot. So it allows Joe Polo now the chance to come round and freeze on top. Or if they can get to top 4, it would be great positioning.
Hard. Hard tap. Hard.
Weight's pretty good.
Okay, low.
Such a big curl at the end there.
Jeez, I even popped that one.
Coming out, gets around that guard. And there's actually air between it and the one in their house.
Yep, on the other side. So there's a nice pocket there for Badishin to come in and freeze right in. I've seen him overthrow a couple of his freezes.
OK，力量够可以等啊，没事，线路能下。能下来吗？能下来，但是不擦啊。站下来啊，可以擦，可以擦。
Does lie short.
你跟我近一点，我老害怕他小擦不到。
I think we gotta get another one in here.
It's that race to the button, trying to get close to it. Get a look at the hog-to-hog speed. And seeing around 14 for the most part throughout the first day of competition.
Here it comes, here it comes. Still room, still room.
So almost closer to 15 with some sweeping. The ice surface, as they thought it would, definitely speeding up.
Okay, that's fine.
So it's not short position, but it is in a good position that it's on top of the 1 foot. Very usable to tap up.
Not sure what to do with it. Still trying to figure it out. I think we gotta move our...
I think we have to give ourselves some room.
Yeah. I just about did it on that one, but I thought...
So Badishin choosing to come down the other side now in the in-turn.
7、力量小一点。
小可以擦，没事，来吧。
站行吗？
站也行，来。
站就不擦了，来点擦一擦，来一点。哦。
擦差不多。
Well, not concerned about who's shot right now. It's all about what you leave for your team and for your opponent.
Try to stay here. Just like back here, Wade.
And it is that importance of being able to control the top of the 4 foot.
Okay, you like that better? Yeah, I like that.
I think so.
We've seen both hands
on that side right now,
big
so
curl. You can come round on either side.
Look at all the scores here in session 4. Norway leading Russia 3-1 on sheet B. Mixed doubles on sheet C, 5-1, Canada leading Switzerland. Also mixed doubles on sheet D, 3-2, Switzerland leading Korea. And Canada gets 2 back in women's play on sheet E. They trail Korea 4-2.
Back 8 weights, but I'd say throw like here.
Yeah, okay.
That's where the Curling World Cup's a great concept of having 3 different disciplines, men, women and mixed doubles, all playing in the same competition. And she doesn't look too happy about this one.
It's trying. Here it comes.
Is it going to curl enough?
It's pretty good.
They did leave that Yellowstone. That was the one that
Oh my God, I didn't think
seemed
that was
dangerous.
gonna come back.
It's a good shot. Better than it was.
Yeah.
USA do have last stone. They would love to score 2 here.
这边还是正常，先保持力量，正常带，所以后边下去。
Badishan played in the first leg of the Curling World Cup in the team event.
这力量够了啊！
力量肯定够，可以等一等。这个点可以等一等，是点上有点大。
He's here at the second leg
等一等线路不行，点有
in
点大。
mixed doubles.
再等，再等，再等一等啊，再等一等，等等让它再降一点，开始，现在能传一点点，不行没有。
Still have it, but what if we do this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Throw it soft. Or not soft, just throw it to make sure you catch a piece. And try to roll the shooter out.
How are we doing for time?
Huh? Throw like board. And just try to catch her thin.
We heard them saying how we're doing for time.
Roll the shooter
Back
away.
behind the T line, yeah.
Yeah.
They only have 3 minutes thinking time per end in the first 4 ends of the game.
Yeah, I think that's
Can't
good.
afford to run out of time.
So many rocks in there, I'm not sure.
I know.
Not sure what's best right now, but that's what I'm seeing, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, throw a backboard, something like that, and just catch an inch.
Okay.
Just catch an inch.
it's that easy.
It's that easy. Yeah, because she doesn't need to move the red far onto the yellow.
Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. No.
Any contact is good.
Trying to catch just a little bit to shave that one over and goes just
Sorry,
by.
Tab, I jumped you.
Okay.
Jeez.
So now opening for Team China as we'll look over at Canada and Sweden going to their power play in the 4th end.
Yep, line 1 at the moment. Draw for 2.
Linjen är jättelugn.
Malene Wendell,
13秒多，就是后期。
this young Swedish mixed doubles team.
Nej, farten är lugn.
First international event.
Den är på 10.
21 years of age for Malene, and partner Fabian Wingford is just 23 years of age. They'll get the 2 at that lead in half, but power play works to get some points. Still trailing, and they give the hammer to Canada after their 4th end break.
下线，
下线，带点，下线，下线，下
下一点呢。
So Wang Li just looking to tap her yellow up.
再下。
Well, is there anything to now for Team USA to score multiple points?
I think we can play that kind of
This guy
soft.
sticks.
That's scary though. If we chip this, it's bad.
Yeah.
Would you rather just try this hard? I think
All right.
I think I can play that
This is
hard.
safer. Okay.
Yeah, discussing their options. The other side does look
Where
tempting,
do you got to hit it?
but it's very tight. And as they said, if they catch that top yellow, it would be a disaster for them. So this is definitely the safer option.
Joe Polo watching this one go. Trying to catch it thin, get any of it, and goes by for the second straight time. And it will be a single point for Team USA. They'll extend their lead to 2, heading to the fourth end break against Team China.
That's fine, Joe.
Yeah.
没时间了，没时间了，着急投出来了，确实着急，没时间。Kind of looks like they should finish there and then they don't.
I could see enough to where I think if I hit it all, I was spilling out. So
Yeah, it was a tough one. We had to be careful there.
And I had
you
2
had no
seconds
time.
left.
Yeah.
Good
I
half.
kind of got that one.
Good half. Yeah, it was. You had no time to think, and you couldn't hit. If you hit half a rock there,
It's no good.
It's no good.
Yeah.
So
I could see about a third. I figured if I could hit all of it, it was no good.
right.
So I figured I'd try to catch an inch. And
Try to.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
大哥，往这边等。
Velcro.
现在场地稍微有点还行了，第4局虽然是最滑的。
First end, our feature game, facing 3 Chinese stones. Joe Polo looking for the outturn hit and stick right there. So get first on the board. Put it over curls and will hit and roll too far. And it's a steal of 1 to get this game started. China an early lead. Second end, and China just didn't really get things in position. A couple of half shots. Leaves Joe Polo a quiet tap to try and score 3 points. We'll tap that one back. Just like so. It was a measure for a 4th, but it was just the 3 for Team USA in the second end. After Team USA couldn't quite get theirs to finish, to cut across the nose, left a bit of a pocket for Wang Rui to run this one back in. And a nice curling shot. Angle raise double, score their 1. And here's where we stand here in session 4, a full slate of games. USA over China, our feature game 4-2. Norway leading Russia 3-2 into 5. Canada up 5-3 over Sweden. Still mixed doubles, Switzerland leading Korea 4-2. And in the lone women's team game, Korea leading Canada 4-2 in the 4th end of play.
what side do you want? Doesn't really matter today, does it?
Well, the wall side's been played now. And you know it's warping off the wall. And it's probably, that side's probably faster, I don't know.
Yeah, let's play the wall side then.
You played this down here, right? You played a couple, didn't you play? She played one. And your hit curled to the wall. Granted, it wasn't all the way over there, but it's hitting the first end over curled going to the wall.
Yep.
It was less weight than I thought it
It
was.
kind of got to the line and
Yeah.
But yeah.
there's a little bit of a
At least we know a little bit. At least we know a little bit about that side then.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah. And there's no like straight spot that you're gonna move it through
Right.
the right way.
Okay.
Go down
Joe.
rock second half.
Let's go.
Yep.
Let's go, Tim.
When you do that, it will come back. Not so much. It takes so much longer. So you can do it, but just smooth. Okay?
他的戒指硌死我的手了。
我摆球了啊！
Well, let's look at the numbers, the stats through 4 ends. USA leading the game 4-2 over China. 71% draw accuracy over China for Team USA to 67. Hit accuracy a little lower for Team USA at 42% to 70 of China. Overall accuracy, slight advantage to the Chinese side, 68% to 66, but a 4-2 USA lead. Thanks for tuning in
watch it. Might be
Continuing
just,
coverage. The
hair
Curling World
quicker.
Cup Leg 2.
Playing 5.
Luke Coley with Rona Howie.
Good now.
We are watching mixed doubles play this morning. China against Team USA. 4-2 USA leads. China has the hammer here playing in the 5th. Of course, teams do have their power play.
Stay close for line.
Might get into those possibly in the next couple ends.
Yep.
We're bumping, Joe.
Yep. I go for line then. Hard line. Hard line. Hard line. Hard line.
Jeez Louise.
Wow.
%78% on the game for Joe Polo. Throws those first and last stones at the end. Same with Wang Rui, 72%.
The difference for Joe Polo when he's throwing last stone, he's already just sweat many stones in a row and his heart rate has to come down and throw that last stone of the end.
So again, as we've seen the Chinese side go, as they go top 4 foot,
Yeah, I like that side.
Just freeze on our
feeling
own.
that if they're going to make
freeze
that miss, they're going to miss it short.
Still a little slower over
Yeah, I
here.
think so.
Well, the World Mixed Doubles has been in for years. This is the first time as we see Tabitha Peterson, 58% on the game. There hasn't really been
Line's getting better.
a formula that's
Close,
worked.
yep.
We've seen different
Yep.
teams mix it up, whether having the male throwing the middle 3 or throwing the first and last. Depends on the male and female you have on your team.
Absolutely, and it's where they're comfortable playing.
And Tabitha on her female team plays 3rd position. Joe Polo's a 2nd.
I didn't want to sweep it.
往里甩不行，往里甩，他不直接刮到后面。我打我外甩，直接。
So throwing that last stone is definitely the change for them, or even for Joe throwing the last stone in the first.
Yeah.
But both of these mixed double teams have had success at the Worlds. The Chinese side, silver medal 2016, bronze in 2017. Well, that's the U.S. squad that won bronze that same year. China won silver in 2016. 65% Ba Duxin. Plays the thin run back, will push that one out. Ends up
Certainly
of their
opens
own.
things up.
Of their own. They ended up killing their own out. Leaves Team USA all of a sudden lying 2.
Unless you
So
think
that
I should
was-
hit.
You want to hit?
I mean, it's behind tees, so I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's
Think.
hurting us all that bad right now.
I agree.
Just didn't.
I just did this, so.
Yeah.
Wasn't
So
really
that
close
last
to
one
what they
was
were
probably
aiming to do to get rid of either of those
Now, he
red
knows
stones.
that's not what he was looking for.
往那边打转了一个，他就上去。
But as you say, I think it doesn't matter who throws first and last or the middle 3 stones.
Hold on.
I think the team dynamics is a huge part of the mixed doubles game.
Hold on.
It's constant feedback to each other. You know, you've not got a skip dictating the play. You have to work out between each other what's the right
That's
ice,
good.
feedback on the weights played, and just constant communication.
That's beauty. Really nice tap.
Well, there's good weight control and
Really nice. Good spot.
Good job. Good judge.
using Joe Polo as the sweeper to put that one top 4
So
foot.
it's up to speed there now.
Okay.
At least on that track.
Yeah, maybe not. Well, we played a little bit of interns going home, too.
Yeah, really good positioning there from Tabitha.
Yeah, that makes it tough on him, I think. It's buried a little, right?
Mm-hmm. Peace.
Badish and hopefully make up for his last error. trying to remove one or two of the reds.
I'm not sure if it's when with his release or just that's 2 in a row where it's got out there and hasn't had a chance to come back.
And we have seen that with the up weights that are running fairly straight, but if he throws his release into out, there will be no recovery for it.
So Team USA in full control so far in this 5th end.
The Chinese pair looking quite dejected there. Not a lot of communication.
I think they got a hair more, but not much. Okay.
Line's good, Joe. Hold on.
Want us to finish top 4.
That's good.
A great stone placement.
That's
Cover curl a bit.
Yeah.
another good one, and actually
Yeah, I wasn't.
perfectly buried. Hoping to protect that red one on the side of the forefoot a bit.
But they've seen the error here twice in a row. So forcing Badishan to play down the same piece of ice.
感觉没有刚才那大啊。
It's another one where the reaction is that one falling back a bit. Is this going to be even worse? They'll end up catching onto that back yellow. USA lying 2.
It's basically go
But
top
that's
4
3 in a
this
row,
side.
and that's where the communication
Force him to
needs to
draw on this
happen.
side.
You know, he needs to play less ice
I like that.
with his in to out release. He's getting no curl whatsoever.
Actually, even the nose tap on this side is really good. Know what I mean? We tap it a foot.
It's a great
Yeah, but then you can
opportunity
just
now
come down to
for
ours and only give us one.
Joe Polo
Versus
to
if
really
he
put the
tries to
pressure
run
on.
in here.
I think I like right next to ours there.
Yeah. Okay.
Look over Norway and Russia right next door. And
Russia lying 1, maybe 2.
it is Norway with the final stone upcoming.
Be a 6. Mine's really good.
Gotta go.
Go ahead.
Tristan Skaslin.
It's light, Joe.
Okay.
Don't know. She tries to go thin off of her own to slash that one in almost sideways.
But Flash is past.
Dang it. Just gets on that hill and just comes off of it.
There's 1 definitely.
Sorry.
Is it 2 to Russia?
Might see a measure on that one.
Oh,
They will measure on that one. We'll update you that once we see the results of the measure, but it's going to be at least one tie game for sure. Maybe a Russian lead. Here in our feature game, Wang Rui
只是力
直
量，
线了啊！
draw the forefoot.
靠外侧，
OK，可以等啊，提线啊，力量
只是
很好，
力量，
提线6
正
提线
常行吗？
啊，
正常的，
不行，
量大就下
力量大，
线。
力量大，等。
A long way to come. They can freeze on top of that back red and get shot. Yeah, perfect.
Uses the backing, get their single point.
力量大，Win yellow. Okay.
So they get their one, cut into the lead. Still USA with the hammer. As we'll head to the 6th end, 4-3 USA advantage.
That's like a hill over there.
中线就行，中线偏这儿一点就行，中线其实就行。
It is now a 1-point game again. 4-3 USA leading. They have the hammer. And power play time, Rona.
Yep, N6. USA want to score 2 or more here. Each team's allowed 1 power play per game. They can choose whether it's on the left-hand side or the right-hand side of the sheet, depending how the ice is playing. So China just going to put up the center guard.
So the decision to do that will show you it was just a single point stolen. So 3 straight singles makes it 3-3. Russia, Norway.
I'll try to get to over curl.
And those 2 in the same group as these 2 in our feature game. Norway with the loss to USA yesterday. And well, Russia beat China yesterday, so
Plenty of room, plenty of room.
Norway trying to even up their record over there. Russia trying to stay atop Group B with a 2nd win.
Joe Polo was looking to put this just top 4.
That's not bad.
It was a wee bit heavy, so sweeping it back.
See, some teams, they play the tick shot on or try and chip that guard into the rings to get rid of the corner guard. Here, China likes to put the center. And
yeah, they want to try and steal this end or really force USA to take their 1. So both teams coming in with a very clear, different strategy from each other.
6、7左右，线路没问题，正常擦一擦线路。力量哪样？6。OK， 可以。线路6、7。线路很好。稍微掉了，稍微带着点。7线了。7线也不行，要掉线了。6区。不行，妹妹。
Really nice draw there. Badishin right into the 1 foot. But with it being a long guard, it's poked out the other side. So USA can now come down the other side and tap it back.
And this being the 4th stone thrown, they can actually remove it from play.
And that's where, for guards to be usable, they need to be closer to the rings, so you can bury fully behind.
Well, by the front now. Make the hit, avoid the jam. And will get away with it as they make the roll underneath.
A really nice shot, lie 3.
Tabitha had a very strong 5th end, and
That's so soft, eh?
Yeah.
now another quality shot. Is getting to look all the other scores going on here in session 4. We're on sheet A, while on sheet B, Norway, Russia all square. Canada 6-3 lead over Sweden. USA throwing the red stones here in this game. Trying to use that hammer to their advantage.
This one has got a long way to go. They wanted to freeze that, not bump off it. With the guard being longer, USA can come around, pass the guard and draw enough to catch the inside of that yellow.
If you think you can
Tap
get to the
back.
nose with same, that's good.
That was like back line?
It was here.
Yeah.
Well, Peterson comes up with this. I'm not sure what Badushin and China will have left. They
Not a lot.
put themselves in a tough spot.
Air soft. Pretty good.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Oh. Whoa.
Get out of the way.
So just caught it on the wrong side. Does leave China lying 1. China still have to be very careful here.
有点闭哈。不是只往这头的，对不对？
打吧，太多了吧？
啊，
是吧？
甩吧。
啊，
正常劲儿。
行。
不行，我打定。
打定都行。OK。
我拿顺时。
嗯。
但不能甩太远。
This is really key as to where the shooter rolls to.
我说不能甩太远啊，要甩太远那可能。
They don't want to leave a double on their yellows. They don't want to hit and roll out.
对，你看着点，然后你看擦头，不擦头的。
9秒5怎么样？
行。我感觉力量小一点。
往，hard， hard， 定了，往，定，哎。
Well, they hit, but they can't clip that side one. It is China lying 1-2. Can you make the double Rona without jamming?
Yep, you can. The black yellow can go over
Error
the
on this
red.
side, Tab. That's okay. We don't want to be over here.
Yeah, but he was wanting more of a roll with that one. Catch it slightly thinner.
So a little inside is okay?
Yeah, I don't want to be high because it just goes on to our side one.
Yeah. What kind of weight do you like? Just normal up?
For normal upper firm.
Whoa. Yep. Yep.
Well, Tabitha Peterson trying to make the double.
Oh, kicks it under the guard.
And just pushes that one over.
Oh, unlucky.
Now it's
So
double
unlucky.
guarded.
That was the worst.
Oh,
That's so unlucky, wasn't it?
good throw.
So China can breathe a slight sigh of relief.
What a break they caught there now. Wang Rui. And China, they were able to steal a point against a power play.
一半一半，行吗？
And that's what they set out to do by putting that centre guard up. Although it was a bit long, that's what they intended to do at this end. So they're now in a position here to make it difficult for USA.
力量小点啊。
力量小就全力啊，线路很好啊，八哥，看看力量，有点掉线了，但是正常擦就行，线路很好。哦
无需啊，
哦
力量非常好。
哦
Just can't afford to bounce off of that. That's a great shot.
Really well played.
它就起来了，力量。
Can USA come down on the in turn and just tap the red back onto the yellow? The guard is long enough to do that.
That'll go. I mean, it's edge to edge. It'll go.
Backline or more?
But China couldn't cover both sides, so they chose the side they felt was easier for USA to come in.
It was the unlucky, just missed the double. And not only missed the double, but kicked one under cover. And then the perfect shot by the Chinese to really take away any pick attempt. Now facing shot stone belonging to China is Joe Polo.
Yes! Hard, Joe! Hard, yes! Go! Go, go, go! Yes!
As they pass,
Got to get past the front, and they won't. We are all square once again. The stolen point against the power play by China. 2 ends to play. And a 4-4 game.
是吧？
啊，
争取这局给他1分，然后咱俩下局直接打个后手。
对。 掉就是有掉线。
对。
要击打现在就可能稍微
对，
直一点。
击打直，而且就是你劲儿稍微一大。
可能是啥？咱俩一直。
This is where we stand so far in our feature game, USA China 4-4. Stolen point in the first by China, stolen point in the 6th. And that one against a power play. As the U.S. will retain the hammer here inside the Ralston Arena. It's Curling World Cup Leg 2. Thanks for tuning in, Rona Howie and myself, Luke Coley.
一人还行。
Right to the button to start off the 7th end.
我还感觉他后期是要掉
呢，我感觉擦上去完了又掉下来了。
对。
It's all there. We're tapping.
Easy then. Let it curl. We can tap that yellow. Easy. Easy, Joe.
He's talking to himself. Wanted to put the brakes on a bit.
That was really heavy.
Yeah.
Well, as teams have really come to find out in this game, you cannot afford to be deep with a lot of your stones. You need to, if you're going to miss short so you can promote, then you can have stones to play with later on in the end. We'll look in Canada, Sweden, mixed doubles on sheet C. Sweden
2 at the moment. Draw for 3.
Wow, jättelångt ut! Nej! Nej! Nej!
Great opportunity for Sweden to try and fight their way back in this one. Malene Wendell going out wide, and don't know if it's going to curl up to get to the button from that spot. They do get 2, and it's a 1-point game against Canada. Sweden losing their first game in Group A. Canada losing their first in a shootout. Again, tie game after 8 ends. You don't play an extra end. It is a single stone shootout. That was exciting yesterday. Canada against Switzerland. John Morris put his, not quite touching the button. Good shot. And then just saw Martin Rios top him.
But just with the difference in points for the shootout, whether you win it or not, you only get 2 in the shootout, whereas if you can win in 8 ends, you do get your 3. And when it is only one team that qualify out the section, those 3 points are important.
Yeah, we'll see if it's a difference possibly of getting to the final and missing out. It was a steal by Switzerland that forced that shootout as well. Dushin struggle with his hits, especially 2 ends ago. Got caught in a spot where just did not move. It actually even fell out a little bit.
Just wants to freeze on top of this red. Doesn't want to bounce off.
Unless you like this way.
USA lie 1. They would dearly love to score multiple at this end.
Into this yellow.
It's the second last end. It won't do them any harm here to bump because their red's not going anywhere with the back yellows. I think
You want me to go the other way?
Yes, they need to just open things up a wee bit.
Kind of move that yellow out of the way a little bit.
Okay.
Same exact shot.
Okay.
Talked about the draws and taps. 17 draws to just 2 hits for Tabitha Peterson.
played the same exact shot as your other one.
这儿都行。
对啊。
Sits on the corner. It is USA line 1.
Whoops.
I liked the same shot too, but then you had mentioned something about playing this
That's so
turn.
you could play that way, but it's like the same exact shot you just played, but it's okay, sorry.
Bit of miscommunication there.
5区呗，
对，你外边大一点。
放一点行，大一点就行。
And you always find the stats for mixed doubles players aren't as good and as high as they would be in a normal team game situation. The degree of difficulty of the shots is always greater. There's more stones in play.
小点。
Yeah, and with the single sweeper, no one in the house, it's a little
我感觉
less
小。
control on your stone.
站位行吗？
可以可以，站位也行。那就站上我。
啊，近一点。
You've got 4 people controlling a stone where you've only got 2 here.
OK。
OK。
Try to get a little better angle somehow.
China would have wanted that one a wee bit further into the ring so they could use it.
For 2 maybe.
USA don't want to have to take 1 point here.
那边。
这边呗。
他要搁甩进来，
Especially knowing that China still has
对吧？这边
power play available.
I don't think
really.
so,
Not really.
because there's still really no way to get those yellows.
No, try to get one just way in there
Yeah.
lost.
What kind of weight?
T.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to peel.
Close.
Have
Yep.
the coaches there, they would like them to peel and open things up.
Yep, hard Joe.
Oh, but will be well short and on the front.
That's not a good
Sorry,
result
Tab.
for Tabitha.
Well, they had the miscommunication, then the error there by Tabitha.
可以可以。
It is Team USA line 1.
But how on earth do they get in to get 2?
Looks like the only way might be that wide, the outturn draw, and hopefully it curls enough to get to the button.
这边搞没有。
But we've seen in that spot going away with the outturn.
站上去就行。
Real tough to get that curl to get to that spot. Long away.
看线。
10 draws. Good numbers on those. Lower on her 3 hits.
还行。
哎呀妈，
可以打是外脚呢。
没事儿没事儿，等，
别 OK。
能停是吧？
啊，能停能停。
哎，
They knew that red stone would be usable for USA, so just trying to guard it.
Around that.
Maybe.
I mean, that's your only bet.
不要头。
Unless you think you can draw it in like that.
Have to bite the 1 foot to get
Got to
second
curl a
shot.
full rock to get there.
Yeah.
I just don't know if they trust that outturn spot to curl to
Play
the
this,
side of the
and
forefoot.
Just try to give him one.
Now it may sound
Can you
strange
tap, tap?
about giving them one.
Yeah, it's not a disaster
That's
for
lined up
USA if
pretty
they
good.
lose a 1. They go into the last end 1 down, but they've got the hammer
Is that lined up good?
to score 2.
Yeah.
Whereas if they're
Okay.
only 1 up without the hammer,
I mean, you
forward.
gotta just miss the yellow one that's in the
Back
and
forefoot.
China have
Yeah.
their power play,
Hit pretty much on the nose.
they don't really want to be in that position. So if they don't score 2, they would rather lose 1.
And Joe rushing a little bit. It was about 18 seconds with his last stone coming out. A couple ends ago said didn't have a lot of time to set in the hack, and here trying to play the angles. Have enough to keep this one going to get
Try.
in.
Yeah.
but didn't have the angle in. So a single point by Team USA. And then China, we'll see if they use the power play. Be surprised if they don't.
Yeah.
Heading to the 8th end, down 1. It has been a wild back and forth ride here this morning. It is session 4, mixed doubles, our featured game, USA China. And the power play's on. Rona Howie, myself, Luke Coley. Thanks for tuning in. Of course, a single point by China forces a shootout.
Maybe a little more.
But both teams trying to get that full 3 points by winning it
Nice halfway.
in the regulation 8 ends.
That's it. Does USA want to steal?
Wait's good.
Okay. Get it to half.
Because in the normal game situation, you'd say, well, if you force your opposition to take their one, you've got an extra end and you've got the hammer, whereas you don't here. So it's a different way tactically to play the last end.
Maybe just so tight.
You see, they've put up their centre guard. It is quite a long guard.
Well, it was looking strong for a possible 2 or 3 with the power play for Team USA in the 6th end. An unfortunate break. They pushed a Chinese stone under cover, ended up leading to be a steal. Now China has the power play.
Just trying to bring a second one round the corner. That's a big mistake.
OK，
别进营，进营，他就
我先
不然
近一点。
点打的这个点，
待会儿出手吧，就有点
转了。
有点。
That yellow could be useful to USA as cover.
Let's look in Canada and Sweden.
I think so with that rock
7th
there.
end, 6-5, Canada leading.
On line 3. Open draw for 4.
Opportunity to blow this one wide open. Scored a 4 early in the game.
Should be okay.
No sweeping.
I believe just needed to hit the house. As that one will go sailing right through for Kaylin Park. So unable to get the 4. They do get 3. And a 9-5 lead for the Canadian side. Look at how much that curls. That one got around that high guard. Just biting the forefoot.
USA looking for cover out here. They're really trying to commit to a steal.
分一个。
啊。
你喜欢分吗？还是喜欢？
我想让你直接传掉它。
我也其实我也挺喜欢传，我定甩一点直接找掉，正常劲儿呗。
啥劲儿都行，就是点。
就是打完往外甩一点就行，是吧？直接找掉。
嗯。头甩过去一点。
Hard! Whoa! Hard! Hard!
Well, run back and will they stick it behind cover? Fabulous. Ba Duxin.
What a great shot. That roll behind the corner guard, that could really set them up for this end.
Well, you mentioned earlier, Rona, the difference of where that guard is for Team USA. If it's tight, be more confident to draw around it.
Yeah, they're almost as well putting another centre guard up, just close to the rings, behind the other one, to give them better cover. That yellow guard is still usable for China again.
Line's okay. Looks like it's running.
Yeah, it is. Just dead bury it, Tab.
Sit.
Okay.
I'll look around all the other scores. Korea still leading Canada on sheet E in women's play 5-3. Switzerland up 7-4 over Korea. Canada that 9-5 lead over Sweden. And Norway, Russia 6-6. Playing in the 8th end. It is Norway with the hammer in that one.
So Tabitha has come round and does lie short. As we said, the guard's quite long. So China could come around and try and tap it back, or even if they nick that centre guard and open things up, they would be happy with that result. But there is room. Come through between the guards. Very well played.
And the roll off to the side. USA made that decision. They're going for the steal, and they're in, going all in. Doesn't matter right now if you give up 2 or you give up 6. It's
This isn't good here. You might be able to get one to here, but I don't think it does much good.
We'll try it. Actually, just freaking bullet. You get through the hole, you get a bullet. I mean,
Bullet through the hole.
I mean, that's, you got to throw that hard.
The problem is that you don't like
All right, a little more ice.
A little more ice.
USA know that that guard's too long. They've tried to come round it twice, and twice China have replied.
Short is probably ideal, and I'll make a good one on my last. That's nice.
Line's good. Starting to over curl again.
well, this is the last of
Let her stop.
Stop curling.
the 3 stones for Tabitha Peterson.
Sit.
Yep, happy to leave it short. They want cover there.
That one in a very nice spot.
Just can't get them to stop.
Oh. So this is where China could call their bluff. They could draw around that and say, okay, I'm line 4. How are you going to get in to get shot?
行。
挂站位挂上面咱讲话了，都还能用上。
行。
Dushin.
我带着的。
No， 等一等，没事。
Couple of nice shots in this one.
下线。
Had some struggles in
再
a
下，再下，再下，再下，再下。
couple ends ago.
再下，再下。
Really bounced back.
再来，再来，再来。
Punched that stone out.
擦一点，擦出去。
You think it'll go all the way over there?
Yeah. You can do
I mean, at least make some. I mean,
We're
even if
clearing the guard by a
even
ton.
if we,
就是不用那么夸张下，是吧？你看我出手其实没有太。
They're just looking to see if they can. If they do just scrape past that top red guard, they're going to get a huge curl, and it will come in behind the yellows.
The side of the forefoot.
so tighten up the ice a
Yep.
little and just over curl.
Yeah, I was at the end of those going almost to middle of 12s, but my first one I was just outside edge of 8.
So I think that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
Because the guard is just so long, it curls big. They can get right round here to the forefoot. Really ask the question of China.
Mine's nice. Wait only.
Whoa, plenty.
I'm in at the end here.
Well, they wanted to get behind tight to that guard, and there's lots of room.
They stay shot.
Yep.
Yeah, as long as they're short, it's how much it's buried is the key here.
Careful, careful.
Well, they got to sit for
Oh,
shot
geez.
stone, and it slides too far. So gonna be a draw.
It's all right. They're sitting one. You made it under.
I know, but
Tabitha looking at the positive side. You did make the draw behind cover. And as we said, you see there, look how much that curled. Look at that, right behind the yellow.
If they would have played it tight to the guard with a little less weight, really could have worked itself over.
Yep, so you finish behind a corner guard that's past the centre guard you're drawing around. Really a big curl.
But now an opportunity for the win. Draw, full 8 foot for the second point. Wang Rui. Chance for China to get their first win, a full 3 points.
Madison quite happy with it.
Oh, well played, right down into the 4 foot. And it's good for the deuce. 2 points for China in that 8th end to take the victory, and a full 3 points, winning in regulation. As the U.S. let that one slip away, had control early. But it is a 6-5 win for Ba Duxian, Wang Rui.
Just our power play end.
yeah.
We needed to
All right.
score there.
Yep. That was their biggest problem.
Well, some of the games wrapping up same time.
Thank you.
As we see the handshakes there. As you see the thumbs up. Good luck there for the Norwegians, just confirming that it was a victory for them. Coming off a loss against Russia, or a loss earlier in their first game against Team USA.
We're there. Maybe 2, 1.5, 2.
One game remaining out on the ice, as it is Korea leading Canada women's team play. All the other scores, will get you those here momentarily as we continue our coverage of the Curling World Cup Leg 2. Now on to Sheet E. Korea coming in 0-1. Canada 1-0, and this one got off a steal of 4 in the first end by Korea on a miss by the Canadian skip Tracy Fleury. And that's the last of second stones for Korea. Yang Tae.
색깔이 갈수 거기 가. 넘어. 라인. 아니야. 기다려. 잘했어.
And here's a look at the final scores. 6-5 was China defeating USA in our feature game. 9-6 Norway beats Russia. 9-6 as well. Canada knocks off Sweden, and Switzerland beats Korea 8-4. 7th end, Liz Fife for Team Canada. Trying to just open up that center line. It is Canada with the hammer. Down 6-3 in this one.
그게 낫지 않나? 그거 보다가 타이트하면 긴 거 보지.
얼마나 보여, 태희야? 어? 범퍼 컨트롤. 좀 업까지 괜찮을 것 같아.
So Canada with the hammer has those guards, and it's where they don't want to leave play to the wing. Kim Haiji.
비슷해, 기다려. 그냥 기다려, 비슷해.
돌려. 안으로 돌려.
오케이, 잘했어.
샷.
Well, able to roll that one into the rings. That long corner guard really will be tough to utilize because of the length out in front of the house.
Line's good. Poppy. T-line. T-line. Yep, you have to finish it a little bit. Yep, keep going, Selena. A little bit, Selena, yep. Yep.
Trying to get this one buried.
There we go.
And you see that guard well out in front of the rings. Lots of room to get around if they wanted to even move that one out. But playing the scoreboard is the Korean side.
기다려.
수진.
라인 좋아.
라인 좋아. 계속 와. 잘했어.
So still that shot zone, top of the 8-foot. By peeling the guard now, chance Canada can put this guard in a better spot, easier for them to use.
Okay, well then. Trying to curl now.
Selena
Well
Jagovin. Third for this team, their first year together.
Okay, team 5.
Skipped by Carrie Anerson last season.
아웃턴으로 올래? 아니 민턴?
안쪽으로.
Of course, formed a different team, and now Tracy Fleury comes in to skip this rink.
인턴으로 올래? 인턴 괜찮을 것 같아.
오케이.
타이트하면 뚜껑에 롤까지. 빨리 바깥쪽이야. 말면 많이 떨어져. 열려도 괜찮으니까. 아웃턴이 더 낫지 않아? 올라가서 인턴으로 하려고. 많이 올라가서.
아웃턴이 날 것 같아.
오케이, 짧게 잡을게 그럼. 올리지 마.
잘했다. 세 준비해줘. 타이트. 클린.
티야 조금
야, 티야.
Oh, trying to run it back, pick that one, and they'll jam it in the house and leave the guard.
Foot more and you guys can see that. Room. Okay, yeah. Gotta go. You got it. Hard, you got it. Hard, Liz.
Trying to wrap one around.
Hard, you got it. Hard, go.
It is Canada with the hammer.
Okay. Just leave it.
This one well out in front. So it's still the Korean stone top of the 8-foot.
괜찮아. 나란히까지 괜찮아.
2번은 만들어야 돼서. T8. T8. 수진아 여기 다 들어가야 돼.
너무 많이 잡아. 에리안 좀만 줄여줘. 예?
Well, tough to really blast and chase after. Seems really trying to put the pressure on Tracy Fleury now.
라인 넉넉해.
Kim Min-ji.
라인은 룸이야. 룸이야.
라인 괜찮아.
라인 떨어져야 돼.
This Korean side played at the first leg Curling World Cup.
The young junior team played the World Juniors in Aberdeen earlier this year.
Maybe a mistake from a young team. They sweep that one anywhere short. It's better than where it ends up back of the 12-foot.
Straight here. They can hold it. Got it. Okay, a 10. Let's roll it behind.
Yep. Yep. Yes. Whoa.
Curled since she was 6 years of age.
A lot of play, first time wearing the Canadian colors. Makes the hit, will lie 1-2.
Great weight. Sorry. Shit. I was with you. I didn't want to
어려울 것 같아.
over.
쟤 그게 더 쉬울 것 같아.
They're pulling up though, so I was like,
Yeah,
is it
you were
going to
making me
hang?
nervous too.
Yeah.
이게 더 쉽지 않아? 이쪽이 더 나을 것 같은데? 이게 바깥쪽으로 커져서 바깥쪽이 나을 것 같아.
This decision here that Korea need to make, they need to play the scoreboard.
그 정도 맞아야 돼. 그치?
Trying to size up that double.
오케이.
Double not bring a possibility of jamming on that back one.
맞는 데에서. 파드 하나 더? 오케이. 오케이.
Well, this team of now all 19-year-olds. Tae Yang, actually second. It's her birthday today, turning 19. Well, make the double. Look at that. Fearless, making that double.
Maybe like that? I think so. Yeah. I think so. Got it.
Well, they'll be happy to celebrate a birthday and would love to celebrate a win over Canada. This young Korean team won the Pacific Championships earlier on this year,
14-5.
guaranteeing a place at the World Women's in Denmark in March.
Yeah, they put a lot of money into the curling in Korea, obviously, with the past Olympic Games there. Had success in the women's and now seeing junior ranks as well.
Yeah, the Garlic Girls from the Olympic Games, they're taking a year out. This juniors team are certainly carrying the flag well.
Curling a bit now.
Haven't missed a beat, obviously winning the Pacific Championship.
14-1.
Now here at the Curling World Cup. Forcing Canada to take a single point in 7.
One red.
So that'll make it a 6-4 game. Korea will have the hammer and a 2-point lead coming home.
Okay. Get ready.
Two centers. Ceiling pants on.
High, then tight.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I like it.
칩이 난 것 같아. 들어가지 말래. 여기 올라가니까 많이 빼지 마. 오케이. 신이 아웃턴도 괜찮다 하지 않아요? 너무 떨어지는 아웃턴이 많이 떨어져서 인턴이 못 잡힐 것 같아.
Off we go in this 8th end.
We're out there. Do you want to go tight then?
Can we go tight?
Yeah. Try.
Kristen McCush.
We're just. I think you have a tight one.
Yeah, we can go.
As far as you can. As far as you can. Yep, yep, yep. Hard. Okay, I think you have to. 15-9.
Need these guards out in front and well positioned.
Yep, the new 5-rock rule gives them Canada the chance to get some more cover out front.
Sojin Kim.
Going to tick this, can't remove it from play. And it looks as though she's too heavy. That'll need to be replaced.
So that is the free guard zone rule. The 5-stone
I was surprised we got
free guard zone.
You got it?
It's now in play for all World Curling Federation events.
So you'll see the second positioning here really important. They don't want to leave a double peel on these
Lots of line.
for later in the end.
A little wider.
You go close.
Still lots of line.
I'm gonna finish though.
Finish it a bit, Liz.
Ideally, they'd like it just over the hog on the center line.
Right to center. Yep, 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 yep. Hard. It's good.
Nice weight.
Good separation.
한번 바꿔. 알았지? 조금만 더 약해도 될 것 같아.
Well, second crack at this tick shot now for Korea to try and push that one off the center.
Oh, they've overswept it.
Went real hard early, and it seemed like they're then were yelling that the weight was up.
잡혔어. 야.
So opportunity Canada.
14-5.
And with the shootout, it changes their thought process. Still, it's to try and steal 2, but it's not doom and gloom. You steal 2, you don't have to steal again. You just have to beat them in the shootout. Still work to do to get to that steal of 2.
Yeah, but that's where, from Korea's point of view, normally you can say in your head, well, if I lose a 2, it's not a disaster. I've got that cushion. But no, they want to win this in this end. So maximum Korea can lose is a 1 against the head.
Maybe. Yep.
Liz Fife unable to get that one around.
Yep, straight away Korea move out. Get that front opened.
Well, the birthday girl, Yang Tae, joins the rest of her teammates at 19 years of age. The experienced age of 19.
That was a long time ago, look.
Liz Fife, the Canadian second. Of course, her father, world champion Vic Peters.
There.
Where?
2.
2.
Coming down.
And this is where the Curling World Cup really gives the opportunity to many teams to take part in this international event.
Good shot.
Good.
17. That's good, Liz.
So
Canada are choosing different teams for each event, so it spreads out the experience.
I think it's just that rock. I came down.
yeah, it'll be a good experience
She got
for
out quite a bit wider. I think it was a little bit
both the Canadian men's and women's teams, teams that aren't the usual one that you see at a lot of international events. It's the first time for this women's team, all 4 of them, to play at an international event wearing the maple leaf.
Trying to remove 2 here.
Get 2. Look at that. Double peel.
Trying to sweep their shooter over a wee bit.
Nice here.
So it does open up the centre. There's still 2 guards in play for Canada to use.
Let it work a bit if you can.
It needs to curl.
Needs to curl, guys. Needs to curl.
You have to switch.
Okay, there it goes.
You're gonna have to finish it, Liz. Yeah, you have to bury it, I think. Even if it's in, you gotta go. Yep. Hard.
Okay, good weight.
이렇게 별론가? 이거 노란 걸로
So
보는
the double on
건
the reds is there for Korea.
노란색?
Just
근데 얘가
checking their time.
센터에 이게 또 하나만 열리면 이렇게 같이 보는 게 낫지 않나? 이쪽으로?
Looking at the double peel.
빨간 거 맞고 인아웃 될 수도 있고.
Is the red one just thrown, not the dangerous one?
여기거든?
Absolutely, it's the one that's blocking that centre line.
그거 들어갈 수 있으니까.
Because they could take both reds and roll away themselves and leave that longer yellow guard, which is always easier to get round. But if they make this perfectly,
Ji Kim right through the hole. And leaves that red guard tight to the house. That's the risk.
yeah, that's the danger zone. That's that stone that can cause them trouble.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, okay.
Both teams keeping an eye on their
Yeah, a little
clocks.
bit. Let it work a bit.
4 minutes and 15 seconds of thinking time to play this 8th end.
Line's good. T-line. Needs to move a bit. You can switch.
Needs to curl.
Here it goes.
Okay, there it
T,
goes.
right on T. Finish it a bit.
Hard, Kristen.
Trying to bury this right round behind the cover.
Yep. Great shot. Good seat. 14-8.
Where was that all game?
하나만 피해.
Right to the side of the button.
Like, where was that all game?
The double peel on the reds is still there on the other hand. though.
라인 좋아.
와야 돼, 타이트해! 수빈아, 와야 돼, 가야 돼.
Clears off that center line stone. That missed. Going to be a possibility to lie those potential tying points.
약하지 않냐?
That draw, right?
Moves, yeah.
But it was super straight, remember? We played in 6 to here
True, yeah. Okay.
until we got to the center.
So there.
Okay, you got it.
That looks tight.
You think so? Okay.
Okay, should be good. Yeah, little
It's
less,
just the way that your
yeah,
first
I
one
know.
hung,
It took its
like, or
time,
your
yeah.
last one
Okay.
hung. You got it.
Okay. An inch or two in front of T. You don't want to be behind T because we'll have it difficult. So I threw here in 6, yeah.
So clear instructions to our sweepers where she wants this to finish. Top tee. Doesn't want to leave a double for Korea.
78% on her draws in the game for Canadian skip from Sudbury, Ontario.
Oh, it's hanging, it's hanging, it's hanging. Yeah, right here.
Back 8.
Yep. Back 8. Hard.
Changing
Right here,
their minds to
go,
bring
go,
it
go.
right back.
Yep, hard. Yep. All right, good sweep. I missed it, sorry.
이것도 나쁘지 않아.
Korea hit and run out here.
쉽게 나오긴 해.
Canada have the opportunity to come around that guard
더블.
again and lie too guarded.
얇게만 맞으면 돼. 시간 괜찮을 것 같아.
헤드 하나.
오케이. 붙여 잡아줄래?
So if you're Korea, you really want to hang about.
더블 어때? 괜찮아? 헤드 하나 정도 맞으면 돼. 그냥 이렇게 붙어 있어야 돼. 센터 보.
Minji Kim,
룸. 데이.
85% on 10 hits in the game.
Going for the thin double.
Going for it. Makes it. And look at that. That brings out the handshakes. Young, fearless, goes for the double, makes it to clinch the victory in a full 3 points against Canada here in women's play at the Curling World Cup.
개롱했어 이거.
Not our fine.
We started in the mixed doubles format. It was a 6-5 China win over USA. And facing 3 American Red Stones, Wang Rui needed to come up with a draw with a little bit of backing. And this one comes right down to it, to the backing, gets their single point. A key shot facing multiple counters.
Pretty good.
Final stone here of this 7th end. Real tough shot. USA got one in, but didn't have much options to get a second point. As they end up trying the double tap that just doesn't line up to go in and count for second. Just one in the 7th end for Team USA. And an 8, USA tried to go around. They went well deep for second shot. And that meant draw full 8-foot or better. Wang Rui and Ba Deshin to pick up the full 3 points and the victory over USA. So all the scores here from session 4, it was that 6-5 win by China over the US. 9-6 Norway over Russia. Canada beats Sweden 9-6 on sheet C in mixed doubles, while Switzerland doubles up Korea 8-4. And in women's team play, Korea knocks off Canada 6-4. As we look at the mixed double standings through 2 games for each of these in Group A, Switzerland atop with a 2-0 record, 5 points, while Canada 1-1, 4 points. Korea is also 1-1 with 3 points. Sweden 0-2. And in Group B, China, they're all there with the 3 points so far in that one. And how the points are earned: winning the event final, you get 10 points. You lose the final, 5. Win in regulation, 3 points. You win in a shootout, you get 2. You lose that shootout, you get a single point. And a loss in regulation, no points.
Well, Ba Deshin, a great game, great comeback. How do you feel?
Right now I feel great, yeah, because I win the game. Yeah.
And do you feel that the 2 steals were the difference in the game?
Yes, it's a difficult game for me. Yeah, we steal one, then come back the game. Yeah.
And Dan, from your point of view as a coach on the bench, were you happy going into that last end, 1 down with the hammer?
Yeah, actually there was a comment from the US players saying we couldn't even give them one. So the 7th was a good situation for us.
And it's your first time playing in the mixed doubles format at the World Cup. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, this is my first time play World Cup. Yeah, I'm really enjoying here.
Well, congratulations. Good luck for the rest of the week. Thank you.
For Rona Howie, our entire crew, and myself, Luke Coley, thanks for watching the Curling World Cup Leg 2 from Omaha.